Yes, guys, welcome. So, really excited to bring you this one today. So, I often get asked questions, what was it that really helped me from the six-figure mark to the multi six-figure mark? Okay, and one of the key components of that was the service that I was providing to my audience. Okay, so the offer that I had, the price point that I had, and really everything that just went into making that shift was very much built around what I was taking to the marketplace. So specifically, what I wanted to take you through here is how I went and made £18,000 cash in a single day, and that was from one client being sold into one high ticket service. That was part of my record month as well, which was a $94,000 month, £77,000. And what I wanted to bring you here specifically is the exact breakdown so that you can go and achieve that for yourself as well. Okay, and I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to really break it down, everything about it, so that you can take notes, you can take action, and you can go and implement this into your business so that you can increase the price point of the service that you've got. But also at the same time, you can, start to understand how you can actually start to grow your business by increasing your price point, leading less yeses to make more money so that you've got more time freedom. And if you know me, you know anything about me, that's what I'm all about. Okay, so really excited to bring this one to you. And just make sure you've got a pen and pad, make sure you take notes, make sure you save this video, make sure you share this video if you've got value from it and somebody else can get value from this. And let's get into it. Okay, so how I made 18K in a single day and how you can achieve the same by implementing the following. Okay, so all it needs is one simple strategy. Okay, one high ticket offer, one high paying client. And simply by having that, I was able to make the equivalent, okay, of 50% of my previous construction annual salary being paid to me in one day. Okay, part of my record month, as I previously said, £77,000, which is around $94,000. Okay, and it all came from one strategy, one offer, one client. Okay, that's literally how much you can change your life by understanding what I'm about to break down with you. So in this training, my aim is to inspire you to keep things simple, to increase the value of your service, and to charge more for it. Okay, so you can live a more financially abundant lifestyle. Okay, as I said, less yeses and a higher price point equals more money from you in less time being committed. Therefore, you can live a more financially abundant life and you can have more time freedom as well. So making multi six figures as an online service provider is very often overcomplicated by people. In most cases, people think that is way more complicated than it actually is. Okay, but what I would like you to understand is business is a game. Okay, games have rules, and if you learn the rules of the game, okay, and if you have the right strategies, if you have effective strategies, it becomes inevitable that you can outperform the masses of people. Okay, most people are very much in the hustle and grind mentality. Most people, think that making this type of money is way more complicated than it actually is, but it's not. It's a simple game. Okay, the game has rules. Learn the rules of the game, have the right strategies, and you will win. Okay, it really is that simple. So how did I go from charging $2,500 for my service to being able to charge $25,000 for my service in less than 9 months? Okay, but before I get into this, it's really important for me to let you know who this is not for and who this isn't really going to benefit right away. Okay, obviously you can imagine what I'm about to share with you is it's not beginner friendly. So if you're brand new to the online space, okay, if you have no niche, if you don't have an existing offer, if you've not actually made any sales yet, if you haven't validated your business, meaning that you've not actually, got a product market fit and that people aren't actually buying this service, and if you've got no proof of concept, meaning that you've got no testimonials, no client wins, then to be honest with you, it would be disingenuous of you to charge high ticket prices like I'm just about to show you without having had some success with your business already. Okay, so that is me giving you the middle finger in a loving, jokingly manner there. But it really, I do genuinely mean this. You don't want to be selling something that you don't have proof of concept with. If you've not validated the business, if you've not made any sales, if you have no niche, you don't have an offer, you're new to this space, incredibly disingenuous for you to go out and sell super high ticket people when you haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing at this stage. Okay, and I'm saying that with love. But who this is for, okay? So if you're a coach, you're a consultant, or you're an agency owner, and you have made sales and you have client results, okay? But you also must be a genuine person driven by impact to others, okay? You must love serving other people, because at the end of the day, what I'm showing you here is how you can actually go out and make a serious amount of money, but you're obviously, to make that serious amount of money, you're going to have to take that money from other people. So you have to be in the right frame of mind. You have to be, an authentic person. You have to be led by integrity and have a right moral compass. Okay. Because if you're taking, multiple 5 figures off of people, you have to be good at what you do. You have to have a service that's worth buying, and you need to have, the ability to deliver the outcome that people are actually paying you for. Okay. Because if not, then you're just another scammer in the online space. And, we really don't need any more of that. Okay. So let's get into it. So before the offer can really be dialed in, you need to have the capacity and need to be able to take it to its capacity. You must first have the right mindset and the right skill set. Okay, these both need to be on point. Okay, it doesn't matter how good the offer is. If your mindset and if your skill set are not up to scratch, then it's not going to happen for you. Okay, the business is only going to ever grow as much as you. The business is only ever going to perform as well as you can perform. So what are the two contributing factors of that? Your skill set and your mindset. So for me personally, my first stage in going from charging 4 figures to 5 figures was working on these two things. Okay, that's the first point. So the mindset and the identity. Okay, so let's break that down. So I wanted to have a service that I could try, work with people at a higher level. Okay, for the first kind of 12 months, 12 to 18 months of my business, I was really predominantly working with beginner level coaches and consultants. Okay, all I was really working with and just helping them get their business up and off the ground. And I did have some success with that, but I had invested a lot of money. And, the strategies that I was learning were not really applicable to my existing audience. Okay, because I was learning stuff that could help people on a higher level. But when you're a beginner entrepreneur, you're always going to be a beginner entrepreneur. So therefore you need that information. So I wasn't able to fully operate out of my zones of genius and the things that I was inspired to help people with, because the people that I was serving were not ready for what I had to offer. Okay, so I need to work on my mindset, and I needed to shift my identity and increase my level of worthiness that I could sell a much higher ticket service to a higher caliber audience. Okay, now in order for me to do that, I needed to work on my subconscious programming. Okay, I needed to have powerful affirmations that supported me in what I was trying to achieve and who I was moving towards. I've done active visualizations. I've got a strategy that I use for myself. All of my clients use it. And this active visualization is really about aligning you to your highest version of self. Okay, so aligning yourself to the version of you who can serve people at that level. Okay, and making a specific amount of money in a specific time frame, and exactly how you feel, how you think, and how you act as that version of you. Okay, so I really stepped into the identity of that. And then it's just empowering self-talk. If you're constantly talking yourself out that you're not ready, you're not capable, and all of that shit, then the likelihood that you're actually going to be able to receive it in the physical world is virtually impossible. Okay, so it really comes down to getting clear on my subconscious programming and upgrading that to align to who I wanted to be, who I wanted to serve, and what my life would look like. Part of that is the affirmations. Okay, so it's the supportive, positive self-talk and powerful affirmations that align to the vision. Okay, then it's doing the active visualizations. Okay, multiple times every single day, and then empowering self-talk. So the mindset work was an ongoing process, and it's always going to be an ongoing process, because every new level you want to go to within the business does require a new level within you. Okay, that's a fact. So what gets you to 10K per month isn't going to get you to 50K per month. What gets you to 50K per month isn't going to get you to 100K per month. What gets you to 100K per month isn't going to get you to $1 million a month. Okay, now for full transparency, I've not even broken 100K a month yet. So I am capped at the moment in my current level. I've got 290K months, and I've yet to break past that 100K month. Okay, so I'm self-aware enough to know that my current level is not there yet. Okay, with my pricing, with the offer that I'm doing, with the audience that I'm serving, with the lead flow, there's all of these little things that come into it, but you've got to be self-aware of where you're at, so that you understand what's required to take you to that next level, so you can start to work on that. Because there are so many people that are trying to go from 0 to 7 figures, and there's a specific journey that you've got to go through. And if you speak to people, in order to get to 100K, you're better off going from 10K, 0 to 10K, from 10K, then take it from 10 to 20, then from 20 to 30, 30 to 50, so on and so forth. Okay. Then it comes down to the skill sets. So at this point in my journey, I had invested £50,000 into my knowledge, into my skills, into my expertise. Okay. So I actually had everything I needed to deliver this service. I just wasn't giving myself permission. So I had a lot of proof that I could get people to 5 to 20K per month. Okay. I was great at building offers, great at influence and persuasion, great at advertising how a service can solve people's problems, both for myself and for my clients. And I'm great at helping my clients to level up and give themselves permission to play a bigger game. Okay. I created daily workflows that kept people working for like 25 hours a week. So I had all of this stuff in place. Okay. So this is why I knew I was holding myself back, because my skill sets were beyond sometimes comprehension for the people that I was serving. And when I would try talking to them about this, they just couldn't even fathom what I was talking about. So therefore I felt I was holding myself back. However, if you do not have the skills and that will deliver the results that you're now going to be promoting, then you need to develop these skills and not misrepresent yourself and your capabilities. Okay, again, make sure you stay in integrity, make sure you don't become disingenuous, make sure that whatever you're selling, you've either achieved for yourself or you've achieved for other people. Okay, there are too many disingenuous people, conning people in the online space. We do not need to add to the problem. Okay, so how does my 6-month journey look like from selling 2.5K offers to 25K offer? So the first thing, after the skill set, after the mindset, is making sure I could develop a new high ticket offer. Okay, so the first thing that I'd done after working on exactly what this would look like in terms of a service, I was working with my coach at the time, Zach. We worked on my mindset, and there was a several week period where this was going on. Okay. And then it was time to launch a new high ticket service. So what I initially done is it was a 90-day, £10,000 offer that ran as a beta for the first 5 people. And I charged just £2,000 for that. Now, what was included in that was placing appointment setters or sales closers, whatever was, needed for the business, improving the value of their offers, and then giving them DM frameworks, sales frameworks, and KPIs and tracking systems. Okay. So it was basically taking what I'd already been doing on a one-on-one and then putting it together in this, where I would actually be able to eventually help people be removed from lead generation and sales, because we could place appointment setters as sales closers. Okay. But in order to do that, you need to have a good offer that can be sold at a good price point. Now, in order to do, really help people do that, we needed to install good DM frameworks, good sales call frameworks, and give them the ability to understand what their KPIs are, and they could track that so that we can make sure that they were moving in the right direction. Okay. So that was a 10K offer being sold at 2,000 for the first 5 as a beta. Okay. After doing that and after selling that offer, okay, that's the actual offer that took me initially to my first 30K cash month. Okay, so within 6 weeks of me launching this offer, I hit my first 30K cash month. It was £32,000. Okay, but what I then done is I changed it to a 6-month service instead of a 3-month service, because what I'd seen is it was more realistic from the people that I took through the service up until that point. And I was offering bi-weekly one-on-one calls, and there was a return on investment guarantee. Okay, so making sure that anybody who bought into the service, there was a results guarantee, what they would get back. Okay, so they basically couldn't fail. But, I felt it was a responsible decision of me to stop trying to sell it as a 3-month service, because the feedback I was getting from the people going through it, that 3 months was not enough time for them to make the transition from being a solopreneur to like a CEO and being able to have, team and stuff like that. So I made it a 6-month service with bi-weekly calls. Okay. So my time was being charged at the same. Instead of weekly, it was bi-weekly, but I was giving them 3 months of additional time to be able to make the transition. What I then done, having, basically gone and hired a new mentor, as I upgraded the service to a 12-month mastermind. Now, within that, it then became a group weekly call. They had unlimited one-on-one support from myself. There was a guarantee of a 4x in their revenue. There was, a guarantee that we'd remove them from lead generation and sales so they could become a CEO, and they would be able to work on their business, not in the business. And they would only need to be able to work like 15 to 25 hours a week. Okay, because like I said, the leads are being taken care of, the sales are being taken care of, they're getting a guarantee 4x in their revenue. So it was a highly desirable service that came. Okay, but why did my offer change and increase the time in which people work with? So quite simply, you test, you tweak, and then you improve. Okay, so rarely when you launch an offer, in my opinion, it's going to be perfect when you first launch it. Okay, because at that point, it's just a concept. You haven't got a fucking clue if it's going to work. You haven't got a clue, if it's going to work the exact way that you want it to. So like I said, initially 3-month service. Okay, then is it realistic? No. A couple of people have done well here. Other people are struggling. Okay, cool. Let's make it a 6-month service. The 6-month service would have happened, and people were getting results within that time frame. But what we've realized is getting to the initial result is one thing, sustaining it and maintaining it is a completely different thing. So that's why it changed to a 12-month service, because we were getting people to 4x their revenue within 6 months, but them maintaining that, because there's a different shift between you being a solopreneur and then you being responsible for a team, and you understanding the SOPs, you understand how to performance manage your team, how to track your team. There's so many different variables that go into being a CEO over a solopreneur. So that's why we changed it to a 12-month service. Okay, but the only way to see how effective your service is you need to get real-time feedback, and then you make improvements as you go. Okay, so you sell the service, you pay attention to what is working, you pay attention to what is not working so good, and you make the necessary changes and improvements to the service so that your clients are getting the absolute best out of you, and the highest probability of success, which is the name of the game. So this is basically where the leverage limitless system came in. Okay, so the final outcome that we've now been able to promise to people and sell to people is being removed from the day-to-day lead generation and sales. Okay, it was to be able to help them to scale without requiring them to sacrifice their time or their freedom, being able to help them at least 4x their revenue and reclaim 15 to 25 hours a week on average, giving them a systemized and automated business model that could scale. Okay, helping them transition fully into a CEO position, and they get to operate from their zones of genius, which is client fulfillment, because we become coaches, consultants, and service providers because we're very much inspired by the fulfillment of the service to our clients, but we learn lead generation sales as a necessity, not necessarily because that's what we're most inspired to do. So by able to get experts in place to do that, this was very desirable for people buying into the service. So the strategy that enabled me to make 77,000 in a single month, including my 18K day, very, very simple. So consistent content, communicating clearly, specifically with my target audience on what I do. Okay, so really clearly, I was talking about their desires, talking about their challenges, and communicating by what I do and how I can help them take them from point A to point B within my content is basically me selling the service on the front end. Now, also what I like to do is every 4 to 6 weeks, I run a promo cycle. Okay, so that's where I basically go out with a promo cycle where I'm advertising my service to the whole marketplace. And then, the people that we've been speaking to throughout the month, anybody that we've not been able to transition from a lead into a sales opportunity within the DMs, do a promo cycle. And that just lets there's sometimes people watching you from the shadows. Okay, they're not engaging on your content. You don't really know that they're paying attention or watching you. But when you do a promo cycle and then you have DM or comment a keyword, you'll start to see an influx of those words coming into you, and then that just opens up sales opportunities. Okay, the other part of this is knowing what your KPIs are, okay, and then tracking everything. Okay, so hitting your KPIs is super important. Tracking your KPIs is super important. Why? Because that means there's no fucking blind spots within the business. Okay, and if you see a roadblock, it becomes very apparent very quickly. Therefore, you can correct the whatever the disconnect is, and you can start moving forward more efficiently. Also, what we've got in place is DM frameworks. Okay, so that's taking people from an inbound lead, or like maybe they're a cold lead, and that's being able to take them through their buyer's journey in such a way where we build rapport, where we nurture a relationship, where we get clear on like what's their point A and point B, and then once we got a good understanding like what we do can help them, then we transition them into a sales conversation. So within that, we've got a sales one-pager or a funnel, We book a call and we've got a sales call framework to convert them. Okay. Now, if for whatever reason they don't close on the call, we've got follow-up frameworks, and we then close in the DMs. Okay, so there's no need for a second call. And for this particular client that I made the £18,000 sale with, that is the exact process. She come into my world, we had a conversation in the DMs. We then jumped on a call. After she, before she jumped on the call, she's seen our sales one pager, so she knew that is what she was looking for. She didn't close on the call. So I followed up with her, and then I actually closed her via WhatsApp. And I was actually in a gym on a Friday evening around 6 p.m. Doing a leg workout. I can remember very, very clearly. And that's where I closed her. So it was basically, a private message conversation. We closed her, got the transfer payment, and then that was it. We started the process. Okay. So that entire process is exactly what it looked like. She's seen my content. While I was running a promo cycle, me and the team were hitting the KPIs and we were tracking everything to make sure we were doing all the right things. We were doing the income producing tasks. Okay. Started in a DM conversation, moved into a process. Really is that simple. However, you may be thinking, like, what was the driving force behind me wanting to really improve my service, firstly, and then secondly, how I could charge more. So I realized that what I was doing, there was a cap. Okay. There was a glass ceiling on, because you can only charge certain people up to a certain amount of money. Okay. And because of that, there becomes a cap. Like, obviously you can do group programs, and that's, can be very, very scalable. But as I mentioned previously, I had so much more to give and I wasn't able to give it because they weren't ready for what I had to offer. Okay. But I knew what I wanted for myself. I wanted more leads. I wanted more people to serve. And, without being disrespectful to the people that I was serving, I wanted to attract higher caliber clients that I could serve at a higher level to match my skill set. Okay. And I was holding myself back, and I knew that. Also, I knew what I wanted, which was a scalable offer, a full offer suite where I wasn't trading my time for money. Okay. Now, by having that, it meant I could start to build my monthly recurring revenue. Okay. And that was literally all I was looking for. Less yeses are needed, make more money. And I, wanted to create an offer and a delivery system that was easy to sell and easy to deliver. Okay. You don't want something that's hard to sell and hard to deliver, because again, there's a glass ceiling on that. So it really was about encompassing that. How do I get more leads? How do I get to serve more people and attract a high caliber client who I could serve at the level that I wanted to do, matching my skill set? Now, in order to make that happen, needed a scalable offer. Okay. And for me, it was a high ticket 12-month eventually, mastermind, where it was, excuse me, where it was £18,000 paid in full, or £25,000 on a payment plan with 5K down, and then obviously 11 monthly payments. But I also had a downsell option, which was $4,000. You got $3,500 paid in full, for $4,000 on the payment plan. So I could still serve the earlier level entrepreneurs, but it wasn't my main focus. Okay. So I was able to build monthly recurring revenue. I was able to get cash injections. And by doing this, I needed less yeses to make more money. And that was the very thing that took me from being able to make 10K per month to being able to make, $94,000 or $77,000 in a single month, and making 18K in a single day. Okay, now maybe this resonates with you. Maybe this is currently where you find yourself with your business. Okay, you kind of feel like you're at a glass ceiling. You know that you've got more to give. You know that you want to serve more people, and maybe you feel like you're not fully able to express everything you've got because of the current, clients that you're working with and serving, and that's absolutely fine. Now, everything I've just been speaking about there is what gave rise to my 4 tiers of freedom. Okay, because you want to have freedom in each of these 4 areas, in my opinion, because this gives access to what I call a life without limits. So business freedom, what this simply means is uncapped earning potential. Okay, I had capped earning potential based on who I was serving and how I was serving them. Okay, so I needed to get the fuck out of my own way and open up, that next kind of path in front of me. I needed to go through that next door to give rise to that next level of business where I could go to. The other thing about having business freedom is being able to work from any geographical location. Okay, so it doesn't matter which time zone I'm in, doesn't matter what country I'm in, I'm able to serve my clients regardless. Okay, so I'm not pinned down anywhere, which for me is exactly what I'm looking for. But even if you just want to work from home, want to spend more time with the family, absolutely fine. Like, you just want to have that freedom. Okay, you want to have the business freedom, which is uncapped, earning potential, and free to work from any geographical location. And then also you want your time freedom. Okay, so no more trading time for money. Okay, being able to service, one to many, not one to one. Super important. If you're doing one to one, it's a very unnecessary way to do things. People are paying you for your solutions, not your time. If you're trading your time for money, doing one to one, it's potentially just because you don't know how to get people results if you step outside of one to one, or you've got a fear that you can't get results. But once you've got the right system in place, once you understand the right process to making this happen, it's pretty straightforward, to be fair. As I've stepped away from one to one, okay, I've only got a handful of one to ones even at this point. But as I stepped away from one to one, my clients' results increased. Okay, so the price of my service increased. Okay, the amount of people that I could work with increased, and the amount of money that my clients were making increased. Okay, so just please understand that one-to-one, trading your time for money, completely unnecessary. Okay, you don't want to be sacrificing all your time just to make the money that you want to make. Okay, and it's actually a very limited way to do things as well, because there's only so many hours in a day. So if you're selling your time, it's fucking ridiculous and completely unnecessary. Life is for living, not for working. Okay, you want to have the business working around your life, not the other way around. Then you've got mental freedom. Now, this is super important. Okay, you want to be free from your internal limitations. Okay, you don't want to be the reason that you're not making the amount of money that you could be making and fulfilling your full potential. So you need to upgrade your identity, aligning it with the business aspirations that you've got. Okay, your business, as I've already said, is only ever going to grow as much as you. So you want to make sure that, on an internal level, it matches the external goals and intentions that you've got for the business. Okay. And then finally, financial freedom means different things to different people. But for us, it simply means earning enough money that you get to live the exact life that you want to live. Okay, your dream lifestyle without having to make any compromises. Okay, so you want to have an intention as well on creating generational wealth. So it's not just about making money, it's about keeping money and then compounding or growing your money. Okay, and that's a completely different kind of mindset to step into, because it goes beyond just a service that you have for the marketplace. It then becomes a life journey into what you're creating for yourself and for your family and for future generations and your legacy, basically. So as far as I'm aware, okay, now I've been in this space for 3 years now. No one else is combining the body of work like I have in my 4 tiers of freedom. Okay, the business freedom, the time freedom, the mental freedom, and the financial freedom. But in reality, you need all 4. Okay, to be able to live free, to be able to live a true life without limits, you need all 4. You need the business freedom, you need the time freedom, you need the mental freedom, you need the financial freedom. So if you were to consider each of the 4 tiers like a leg on a chair, if one was missing and you went to sit on that chair, you would fall over, right? So you need all 4 to be stable in your life. And to be able to really get the most out of your life and out of your business, in my personal opinion, you need all 4, which is exactly why I've created the business and the business model that I have done, so that you can attain all 4, so that you can actually start to live the life you want to live. So to be on a true entrepreneurial journey, without each being catered to, there has big consequences. And I genuinely mean that. There are genuine consequences for you not having this shit in place. Limited money, no geographical freedom, trading your time for money, working more than you are living your life. Okay, so you're lopsided. You're more working in the business rather than living your life. You've got a limited mindset and a belief system. You live in fear and you've got scarcity. There's financial restrictions in your life and what you get to do. You live in month to month and you've got a lower standard of living. Those are truly the consequences of not having each 4 tiers of freedom within your life, within your business. Okay. And I'm sure you would agree, you don't want to have those restrictions. You don't want to have those consequences within your life. So quick recap. I don't want to go on too long here. But first thing you need to do, mindset. Okay. Neutralize your fears, reprogram your subconscious programming, increase your level of worthiness, and define your new identity. Okay. Become a higher version of yourself. Super important. Then you've got your skill set. make sure you've got the ability to deliver results and justify your higher pricing. If you don't, you're not ready for it. Okay, so go and acquire the skills if you don't already have them. Then it comes down to the offer. Okay, you want to have one core offering that is super scalable. Okay, you want to be able to take on 6 clients per month. Okay, that if that's not achievable and sustainable, then it's not a scalable offer. Okay, minimum 6 clients a month going into it. Preferably, you want it to be a 6 to 12 month service. Okay, those work best because you can charge a higher price point. Therefore, you need less yeses to get more money, as I've said previously. And you know, really depending on your niche, you know, 5 to 10K, again, 5K being on the 6 month, 15K being up towards a 12 month, but your niche, your audience will kind of govern where you're at. Like if you're in a B2B space, you can go higher. You know, me and some of my clients were up around the, you know, 20, 25K per month, 25K per year mark. But, you know, minimum people should be paying you is, you know, $1,000, $1,200 a month, really on a minimum level in a higher ticket service. Okay. And you just want to make sure that the offer is justified at that price point. Okay, it's having enough value in there. It's making sure that it's delivering the exact outcome people want, and it's making sure that the client journey is, you know, being done in such a way where people are happy to pay a premium price for a premium service. Okay, then comes down to your content. Okay, you want to be advertising and promoting the specifics of your services and your expertise. Okay, you want to utilize the 4 content types. And this is on your feed and on your stories. So that's your character content, that's your affinity content, that's your authority content, and then it's the action, okay, which is getting people to take action off of what you're saying. Post consistently, run promo cycles once every 4 weeks, and then use your stories to sell continuously. Okay, simply done with your content. You've probably got, you know, Shane, this sounds great. You've obviously achieved this for yourself, but does it work for other people, or have I just been fortunate? So let's just go through some quick client success stories. So with Gary, we increased his offer from 2K up to 10K. He grew his business from, you know, being able to make 2 to 3K per month to being able to make £35,000 per month. Okay, one example. We've also got Brad. We increased his offer from 2K to 10K, and that allowed him to grow his business to 50K per month, where he's previously struggling to make £5,000 per month. We've got Luana, who increased her price of her service by £5,000, and this helped her 3x her net profit in her business over a 12-month period, which is, you know, fucking insane. We've also got Nikki, who is charging $2,500 Australian dollars for her service, and then we switched it up to charge 10,000 United States dollars for service, which is a massive, massive jump up. And that allowed her to go from making 6,000 AUD per month to being able to make 37,000 USD per month. Again, so do the conversion rates there, but that's a fucking significant jump she made within her business. Got Natasha. I helped her launch her business, you know, and we launched it with a €7,500 service, and then she grew her business to 26,000 euros per month within just 4 months. Okay, so again, if you've got the skill set and if you've got the right audience and then the right offer, you can make a considerable amount of money even as a starting point. Also, we got Becky, who went from charging £1,200 for a service to £7,000 for a service, and that helped her grow to 25K per month. And she started working with me at zero as well. So she was brand new into the coaching space. We've been able to take her to 25K cash collected in a single month. And again, starting her price point at 1,200, and now she's been able to charge 7,000 for her service. So over the last 3 years, collectively, me and my clients have been able to make 7.8 million United States dollars. And it's using my tried and tested business model. Okay, so everything that I've just been going through there is exactly what's, you know, allowed us to be able to make that kind of shift within our lives and collectively what we've been able to make. So I'll be honest with you, look, I'm not trying to convince you of fuck all here. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to convince you that I can help you. I'm just trying to show you what's possible. And, you know, you can, you know, increase your prices. That's going to be not process. You can make more money and you can do it working less. Okay. Now I have a whole bunch of resources, trainings and goodies that I can share with you. So if you're not convinced I can help you at this point, absolutely fine. No worries at all. Just reach out to me. You know, let's have a little bit of a conversation. Let me know where you're at. And I've got some resources that I can share with you. Absolutely fine to do that. But if you are somebody who's ready to grow your business to a minimum 20 to 30K per month in net profit within the next 2 to 6 months, if you are somebody that's ready to achieve the 4 tiers of freedom and only ever need to work, 15, 25 hours a week maximum, if you're somebody that wants to be working with just dream clients who fill you with inspiration, gratitude, and love for your business and the work that you get to do, then what I invite you to do is, click the link around this video somewhere and you can schedule a call with me. And what I would do is give you a personalized walkthrough of how my limitless hybrid growth formula could be installed into your business. And if that was to be installed in your business, this is the benefits of it. So within the first 45 days, you will bank a minimum $10,000. Okay. Then within a 2 to 6 month period, you will start to add an additional in net profit 20 to 30K per month to your business. And if either of those are something that you would like to achieve for yourself, then I would really strongly recommend that you click the link, you schedule a call with me. I'd love to have that conversation with you and just really give you, like I said, a personalized walkthrough of exactly, how this system could be plug and played into your business. You've seen what it's done for some of my clients there. You've seen what it's done for me. What it's, what it entails. And I would love to be able to support you on this. And if that feels like something aligned to you, if what I do aligns to you and your business aspirations, then click a call. Let's have a quick conversation with each other. And I'd love to support you in your journey. If not, no worries at all. You can reach out for some free resources. And alternatively, you can just take action on what I've just said there so that you can actually go out into the marketplace. You can charge more money. You can increase the price of your service so that you need less yeses to make more money. And you can, start to work with a higher caliber of clients and, just really start to create a bigger impact within the marketplace. So I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to watch this, guys. And I will chat to you very soon.